Hello, soccer fans. I am back. Thank you very much for coming back to the show. I know I was in hiatus for a few months. Took the whole summer off. I think the last transmission that I did was back in April. I do apologize for that. Just needed a nice little break from all the soccer action. I know we were filled with a lot of activity this summer. The US beat Mexico twice. That was great. Once in the Nations Cup final and the other one in the Gold Cup, and with different teams as well. As you all know, in the Nations Cup, all the European players from the US came and they beat Mexico 3-2, with Jason Pozlek having a great game. And then in the Gold Cup, that goal from Miles beat the Mexican team, which only had like 3 or 4 people that went to the Olympics, the Tokyo Olympics. They still beat that first team of Mexico 1-0 with an alternative, almost MLS type of team. But now we are back. I'm glad to be back here. There's a lot to talk about today. And the big news, let's start off with Ronaldo apparently signing with Manchester United. Now, Ronaldo had left Manchester United back in 2008. Remember that he started off with Lisboa in Portugal. Then he was signed with a very young player to Manchester United. I think he stayed there close to 10 years or whatnot. And afterwards, he was signed to Madrid to a multi-million-dollar contract. Now, the deal, I don't know how much it's going to be. It's officially there. I think the team actually told the media that it was done. In Juventus, I think he's getting about 30 million euros a year. So I don't know if that's going to be the same amount that he's going to be getting in Manchester United. As we all know, Manchester United has not been competing in the top spots for quite a bit in England. As you can see, City, Liverpool, Chelsea are the big dogs there right now. But Manchester United is always going to be a big club. And having Ronaldo back, that's going to help immensely. I think their Instagram accounts went up by like 5 million users today or something on the news that Ronaldo was going to join the club. So it's a big news marketing-wise. Now, if I talk about soccer-wise, I think it's a good move as well. I think they have some interesting players there that could help Ronaldo actually achieve what he's looking for. I mean, in this stage of his career, Ronaldo is what, 36? I think what he's trying to go ahead and do is maybe just win somewhere. I know in Juventus, when he left Real Madrid, his big objective was to go to the Champions League final. That didn't happen too well, as they failed every year. I think the furthest they went to was the final 8 of the Champions League final. But other than that, they did not achieve that much. Now, the other thing that we are looking at here is what's going to be the role in that team. Manchester United has, interesting players. Like I said, here I'm looking at the roster right now, and I see a very interesting roster. I mean, they could compete for the EPL championship, but I don't know how much Ronaldo is going to contribute. Obviously, he's going to be a draw, right? But I don't know if he's going to contribute. So that's a topic of its own. If we get to see what the standout players over there could be, they still have, Edson Cavani right there, Drogba, right? Rafael Varane. I think they contracted him. Rashford is there too as well. So Ronaldo only needs somebody to feed him, and he's a machine in his goal scoring. So I'm very excited to see him in Manchester United myself. Along with the news, it's a few days now that Messi went to PSG. Those are the biggest moves of the summer. That was my first topic. So if you guys have any opinions, please go ahead and subscribe. My next topic is that the United States already named their roster for the qualifiers. So the roster for the qualifiers are going to begin in September the 2nd. September the 2nd, the United States is going to begin in San Salvador for the qualifiers to actually go to the World Cup in Qatar, right, in 2022. And this is the list, right, of, there's 26 players, but this is the actual list of all the players. So we have here, starting in the goalies, there's no surprise there except for, well, a little bit of a surprise. Ethan Horvat, he was the hero in the Gold Cup. And then we got Zach Stefan, Manchester City. Doesn't play too much, but he's in the EPL. And Matt Turner, New England Revolution. He played excellent in the Gold Cup. So no argument from me there. Defenders, you got George Bale from Atlanta United, John Brooks, Das from Barcelona, Mark McKenzie from Genk in Belgium, Tim Ream from Fulham in England, Anthony Robinson, right? Also from Fulham, Miles Robinson from Atlanta United, the hero against Mexico in the Gold Cup, James Sands from New York City Football Club, right? And Yildirim from Galatasaray from Turkey, their big club there. And then Walker Zimmerman from Nashville. Those are the defenders. No argument there as well. In the midfield, you see a little bit of a surprise. Kellyn Acosta. I think he actually played himself in after the Gold Cup. That is a big thing. Tyler Adams, Lisbon, great player. Sebastian Lletget from the Galaxy. I'm a Galaxy fan. So, sorry, LAFC fans. I'm a Galaxy fan. No argument there. Weston McKennie, one of our best players in the United States. Juventus, right? And Christian Roldan from Seattle Sounders. Now, Reggie Cannon, he actually did not make that list. So I'm pretty surprised of that. Forwards, Brendan Aronson from Salzburg, Austria. Conrad de la Fuente from the Olympique de Marseille in France. Jordan Pifok from Young Boys. I honestly have to be honest, I haven't seen him play. Richard Pepe. Now, this is somebody that my good friend John Kirka told me. He was on the fence between the Mexican national team and the United States national team because his parents were Mexican. Now, I have strong opinions on that. As you guys all know, my background is Costa Rican. I never lived there. I never grew up there. I'd have gone and visited. Beautiful country. You love surf, sand, jungle, mountains. Great. But if I was a professional player, I would go for the US. I grew up here. This is my home. That's what I feel in my heart, right? So I don't understand these Mexican-American players. I understand, you know, the love for Mexico and whatnot, but your home is here. And that's indicative of the Mexican team. Don't they have actual Mexican players that can fill that position? Why do they have to call up people that grew up in the United States to fill that position? As a Mexican, if I was a Mexican, I would feel, well, don't we have our own guys, right? So in that sense, I'm not blaming the guy. He was on the fence, but now he's being called up. And he even confessed in an interview recently saying that whoever he chooses, he's going to die for that jersey. So hopefully he will give it his all for the United States. But as we all know, the big man there in the forward is Christian Pulisic. I said Jason, I'm sorry, I apologize. Gio Reyna, who had a goal today with Dortmund. And then you got George Sarnet. It's not my liking, you know, because from Norwich City, England. And then Tim Weah from Lille. Who are the odd men out? It's PK, right? They are not there. And then Hoppy as well. That was my main guy in the Gold Cup. Another guy was Yildirim. I believe his name was Yildirim. He's kind of injured, but he lost a lot of goals in the final of the Gold Cup, so I'm not too much on that. But I like the call-ups. I like the call-ups myself. Now, in another show next week, I'm going to give you my starting lineups against El Salvador. And I got to tell you this. Against El Salvador, the U.S. talent-wise on paper, superior in talent, right? And, you know, being of Costa Rican background, I did see that friendly game in Los Angeles. I didn't go live to it, but it was 0-0 against Costa Rica and Salvador. Salvador only was missing like 3. Costa Rica was missing like almost all their guys because there was only local guys there from Costa Rica and El Salvador too. Costa Rica totally dominated that game. Now, I know El Salvador played really well in the Gold Cup. You know, they tied the Qatar, and they did a very good game to Mexico. But I don't think talent-wise they can compete with the U.S. like man for man. What they can compete in is in a team effort, and they're going to be home. And the COVID protocol is not even going to count. They're going to let in a substantial amount of people in San Salvador Stadium. So the Cuscatlán, it's called the Cuscatlán Stadium. So I have faith in the U.S. team, but now I want to see how they are mentally tough. They beat Mexico here, yes, and mainly a 90% Mexican crowd, right? But still the U.S. Go to Central America. Even Mexico has, you know, fits there. I mean, they won, but maybe 1 out of like 60 games they played there. It's a tough place to play. And in El Salvador, it's even tougher. You have to look to extra sports type of things. Like they can come and sing to you in the hotel, you know, you lose sleep. Mentally tough. I want to see those kids mentally tough. If they play mentally tough and they don't get intimidated by the physical play, which I'm sure El Salvador is going to try to impose on them to try to disrupt their talent game, then they'll be okay. I think they can win. I don't think they're going to win by 4-0, but I think 2-0, even 1-0. 2-0, I think, is enough. And it will be on the right track because next game, remember, there's 3 games in a row. There's going to be a total of 8 games towards the end of this year. So the first 3 games for the U.S. are going to be El Salvador, right? And that's on September the 2nd. Then it's going to be Canada, right? That's on the 15th. And that's here. And then the last one is going to be Honduras. In Honduras, another tough place. But Honduras has a more talented team than El Salvador. So mentally tough. I'm looking at those kids who won those 2 Gold Cup and the Nations Cup to pull through. That's my comment for today, guys. I want to go ahead and comment a little bit more. I was going to get to the Champions League draw, but I'll do that for another day during the week or maybe tomorrow. For now, I just want to say welcome back. Please subscribe if you like my channel. And Godspeed. Always love soccer. Go the U.S. See you next time.